All right, guys, let's get some NCAA basketball picks and props for Monday, March 11th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard and have you start us off.
Yeah, guys, I was 0-1 yesterday on the game picks. I gave out UTSA -2.5 against Temple, the cheating Temple Owls. And I feel like maybe they were cheating again in this game.
Yeah.
UTSA, they lost on a buzzer beater after only scoring 3 points in the last 5 minutes of the game. I feel like at halftime, Temple maybe paid off UTSA, said, hey, we're in hot water. Can you guys please not make a shot for the last quarter of the game and make us win? And that's what happened. But side note, I am watching the Lakers game right now, and we see the man, the myth, the legend, Luka Garza in the game. All we needed was Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns to be out, and Garza's getting some run, and guess what? My Anthony Davis is absolutely barbecue chickening them. I feel so bad.
Well, speaking of Luka Garza, I had the Hawkeyes on the money line to take down the Fighting Illini today, and they shit the bed. They went down 21-2, I believe, to start the game. They cut it to 4 points in the second half, but Illinois, they played great defense in this game. Didn't see that coming. The Hawkeyes, they couldn't make a shot either. They shot under 40% as a team. That's not a winning formula for a team who doesn't play defense. So they did lose this game outright. I think they lost by 12 points on their senior night. So 0-1 day for me. Trey, let's go to the props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, I was fist pumping that loss for Bear because it sucks for him, but it was good for me. I gave out Terrence Shannon Jr. over 23.5 points versus that Iowa Hawkeyes team. And Shannon Jr., he was absolutely red hot in the first half. Made me very much sweaty. He was sitting at 23 points at the 12-minute mark and got the over with a couple minutes left in the game. So I was going to be so pissed if he made me lose on the hook after almost hitting in the first half. But thankfully, he cashed.
Yeah, he was kind of messing with you too because he could have easily got it every single possession. He just didn't do it. But good pick there. I gave out Doug McDaniel 1-0 day. Over 15.5 points for Michigan going up against Nebraska. He scored 17 points in the first half. I wasn't concerned at all about it. I turned it off. I didn't care about his stats. He ended with 17 points, had no points in the second half. So glad he got to 17 in the first half. I didn't have to worry about it. Trey, let's go to the group play from yesterday. I watched this clip. Didn't watch the game. I was in Kansas City playing some golf. I watched this clip on Twitter, and it was disgusting. Purdue, I believe it was senior day. The crowd was pumping everybody up. They were just trying to dribble out the ball, and Storr reaches in, picks his pocket, and dunks it with 10 seconds left. The game was over. Purdue had it won, up 10. We lose the cover of -9.5 on a dunk in garbage time for no reason because Wisconsin's a bunch of scumbags. If you had Wisconsin, go buy a lottery ticket. Let's go to the plays for tomorrow, Trey. Actually, let's go to the group play for tomorrow. Again, we did some smaller schools smaller teams on the NBA side. We're going to do some smaller teams again in college basketball because there's not a whole lot to pick from. It's going to be Santa Clara going up against the St. Mary's Gales. St. Mary's is -9.5. Over-under is 134.5. I'll have you start, Trey.
Yeah, this is not enough points. Give me the under 134.5 total points in this game. I just feel like both teams are going to be somewhere in the 60s. I expect this game to be a very competitive game. So if you want to take Santa Clara plus 9.5, you can, because I do feel like it's going to be a low-scoring game. Anytime you can get plus 9.5 with the total being at 134, I feel like Bear says, it's just a math equation. But I'm going to go with the under here in this game. Both of these defenses are elite, especially St. Mary's. You guys can see not even allowing 60-plus points per game on the defensive end. So they're going to be stymied throughout this game. And I think Santa Clara is going to try to match their defensive abilities here in this one. So I'm going to go with the under 134.5 total points in this game.
I'm going to take Santa Clara and the under. How about that? I think it's going to be a competitive game. I like the under. I like Santa Clara. The last matchup was a 5-point game. The over did hit, but Santa Clara, they're playing for their lives. St. Mary's, they're already in the tournament. So desperate team. They're going to fight tooth and nail. They're going to fight till the whistle. So I'm going under, and I'm going with the points with Santa Clara, the Broncos there, plus 9.5. Trey, let's go to our plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be talking about this Portland State going up against Montana game, and this is going to be a very fun game to watch. It's the quarterfinal game in the Big Sky tournament, and Portland State, they finished the regular season with the 6th seed in this tournament, and the Vikings, they're 17-14 straight up and 14-14 ATS this year. And Montana, they finished the regular season with the number 2 seed in the conference, and the Grizzlies, they're 21-10 straight up and 17-11 ATS. So if you just look at the surface, you will say that Montana is a significantly better team. And you would be correct. Give me Montana here. I'm going to take them at -5.5 in this game. Whenever I was researching earlier, Montana was -6.5. I'm not nervous that it's getting closer to a pick 'em here because I do think that Montana is going to roll in this game and win by double digits. They're simply the better team, Montana. They're ranked 155 in the KenPom, and that is 92 spots ahead of Portland State, who stands at 247. In Montana, they're going to win this game off the back of their offense. It's ranked 82nd according to the KenPom, and that's because as a team, they're shooting 48.3% from the field. So almost half of their shots go in. That is very impressive. And whenever we factor in that this Portland State defense is just so very bad, especially from behind the perimeter, this game could get ugly if Montana comes in this game red hot, which they should, because Montana, they're averaging 80 points per game over their last 6 games. And if Montana can reach 80-plus points here, in my opinion, it's going to be an easy cover. So give me Montana. I'm going to take them minus 5.5 against Portland State.
Yeah, Trey, I like that play for you there. For my play today, we're going to be looking at Northern Kentucky again after they took down Wright State, going up against Milwaukee this time. The Horizon League, in my mind, Trey, is the winner of chaos so far in these conference tournaments. We have seen the 2 seed, the 3 seed, and the 4 seed knocked out. Northern Kentucky is responsible for the 3 seed being knocked out, and then Milwaukee took down the 2 seed in Green Bay, or the 3 seed in Green Bay, sorry. We have 6 versus 5 matchup in this Final Four of this conference. I'm going with Northern Kentucky to win this game outright on the money line. We're going to look at the stats a little bit in this game, but overall in the season, these two teams have split the series. Both teams found a way to win at home. Northern Kentucky took 90-72 on their home floor. Milwaukee won 73-72 on their home floor. Both these teams coming in red hot into this tournament. They won 5 consecutive games from Milwaukee, 4 of the last 5 in Northern Kentucky. And according to KenPom's stats, Northern Kentucky is 181st ranked in the nation. Milwaukee's 228th ranked in the nation. I'm going to use the stats just a little bit, but I'm also going off of what I saw in the first game for Northern Kentucky. And I also watched Green Bay play a couple games in the regular season. Milwaukee is better than Green Bay because Green Bay, whenever I watched them play, they did not look like a good team. I have no idea how they finished third best in the Horizon. So Milwaukee getting that win doesn't really move the bar at all in my mind. Northern Kentucky beating Wright State, a team that beat them 2 times already this season, that moved the bar for Northern Kentucky. And I think they can make a run and end up beating Oakland in the finals if Oakland does win. The offensive firepower that Northern Kentucky had to keep up with Wright State was very impressive, but I do think they can score a ton of points against this Milwaukee team. I was very impressed with Northern Kentucky in the first game, show me a lot of heart. Down by 17 early, they won the game in overtime. I like them again here. I'll put my trust in them with my money. Give me Northern Kentucky to win this game outright and go to the finals as my play. Trey, let's go to the props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, and I'm actually going to stay in that game, but I'm going to take one of Milwaukee's players. Give me BJ Freeman. I'm going to take him to go over 22.5 points going up against Northern Kentucky. I really love this over for Freeman in this game because we're going to see him put the team on his back and try to do his best to will the team to a victory. Maybe he'll fall up short, like Bear said, but I believe he's going to have a great game, and I think that for a few reasons. The first reason is simply because of himself. Freeman, he's coming in this game with a ton of momentum. He's already played 2 conference tournament games, and both those games he scored 30-plus points, and he's averaging 31 points per game. And I honestly expect Freeman to reach 30-plus points again here in this one. That's because of the volume. And in those 2 conference tourney games, Freeman, he's taking an average of 19.5 shots per game. And if he can take that many shots here again, this is going to be an easy cash. And this is not new for Freeman either. Throughout the regular season, he was that dude, averaged 21.2 points per game, which is the 13th highest average in the country. And whenever we look at this matchup, it actually gives me more confidence. That's because these 2 teams, like Bear said, they've already played twice this year. And in those games, Freeman, he did average 20.5 points per game. And with this being a conference tourney, I expect him to chip in a few extra buckets and leave nothing out on the court. So give me BJ Freeman to go over 22.5 points versus Northern Kentucky.
Yeah, Trey, I like to play there. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at Graham Ike to go over his total points going up against the Dons. This is most likely going to be the best game on the slate tomorrow afternoon. The West Coast Conference this season has been very entertaining. We have a couple of really good teams, including St. Mary's, Gonzaga, and then that San Francisco Dons team. They're making some noise this year as well. These teams met already 2 times this season. This is going to be the 3rd meeting, and Gonzaga's beat San Francisco both times this season. And Graham Ike in the last game, he was fantastic. In the last game, just 12 days ago, he scored 24 points against the Dons in just 28 minutes. He shot 75% from the field. Graham Ike over the last 5 games has scored 20-plus points in all 5 of those games, and he's been feeling himself from the field. He's shooting 55% or better in all of those games as well. Gonzaga is content playing through Graham, giving him several touches every single game down low. And while I do think Jonathan Mogbo for San Francisco is a very good player, Graham Ike should continue to dominate him in this game. He's had a combined 48 points against San Francisco over the first 2 games. So I'm assuming he's going to have another 20-plus point performance in this one. His over right now is 20.5. I'm going to take the hammer out and smash it. Give me Graham Ike over 20.5 points against the Dons as the play. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I went with Montana. It's at minus 5.5 now versus Portland State. Absolutely love it. They're going to come in and roll in this game and march towards the final and make March Madness. They're the better team. Also going with BJ Freeman over 22.5 points versus Northern Kentucky. He's that dude. He's going to try to put his team on his back. Like Bear said in our NBA videos talking about Luka Doncic, I'd rather take a guy that's going to take 20 shots a game and lose and take someone who's going to take 5 and make me mad. So give me BJ Freeman over 22.5 points versus Northern Kentucky.
Yeah, and I'm going to take Northern Kentucky to go over the points of what Milwaukee's going to score, apparently. But I'm taking Northern Kentucky on the money line. Apologies for the bad graphic there. And then Graham EK over total points against the Dons. It's at 20.5 right now. I love it there. He scored 21-plus points in both games against San Francisco. He's going to do it a third time tonight. Guys, that's going to do it for the NCAA basketball plays and props for Monday, March 11th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You can click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month. A little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,